My name is Gary the Numbers Guy, and while LA might be burning, everything is okay here. This is the 305, and these are my tag team partners.
What's going on, folks? It's Fresh here once again.
Don right back.
And appreciate Q Studios for always sponsoring the show. Yes. Listen, if you want a reading, 98 or above, we know how we do this. Now, last episode, we had people bid for scholarships and stuff like that. Bid for GG33 Academy, bronze, and stuff like that. So if we didn't get your information, what we're going to do is we're going to put up an email in the chat. And in that email, basically send, what'd you say, son?
Yeah, so let's send it to the email. What's the email again? One more time. nobleavenue@gmail.com. All right, let's put it actually in the chat so they can see it. But send it there because we can't see your actual emails from your super chats. We can't see it. So we need you to send it to us directly to send you all this stuff for free once again for winning.
And again, have a receipt of your super chat so we know it's you.
Yep.
All right. Anyways, listen, Dom, this has been pretty much one of the biggest 2 weeks in American history, at least for 2025. Yeah, first we had Elon and Trump going at each other's throats.
And you were right, by the way.
Yeah, pat myself on the back because no one else
You don't get enough credit, bro. You need more credit.
I'll never get enough credit. If anyone else predicted that, imagine if Nick Fuentes said that.
Dude.
Bro, he would get 50 million clips. It is what it is, man. But we went from that to what we have, a riot situation in LA.
Crazy.
Where people are waving the Mexican flag even though they've never been to Mexico. People who are waving the Mexican flag, if they actually went to Mexico, they'd be called a gringo just like me because they were born in the United States of America. And for some reason, they're waving that flag. yet they don't want to go back to that country. Dom, is that not crazy?
It's crazy, but it's expected. I predicted this would already happen. Like, I literally predicted that we would have riots this year by the summer. I said by like June. I literally had it on my Twitter because I said every time you have Donald Trump becomes president, we have to have riots and fires. That way they can claim a Republican presidency leads to chaos.
Bro, I'm sorry, man. LA's a failed society. We've been there a couple times for some podcasts, but dude, the people are whack. It's kind of fake. The weather's nice though, but the actual living there, taxes, expenses, bro, it's out of this world. LA, man, is failed society, and you can't carry a gun. But guess what? Guns. Criminals have guns there, but we can't carry guns.
We couldn't walk around like this, could we?
No, dude. I go to LA with nothing on. No watch, no ring, nothing.
Yeah.
I seen friends pull up to LA and Beverly Hills, by the way, go at dinner and get robbed in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Virgin Millie's, Rolexes. I'm like, bro,
man.
it's weird over there, bro. Even celebrities that are tied in with gangs get robbed. Chris Brown, OT Genesis, they all get robbed. So LA's crazy, bro.
So it's basically part of America, but it's an extremely high crime area.
Yeah.
It's gangland, basically.
It's literally gangland. It's not even, it's a whole different world. It really is a whole different. I mean, Keanu Reeves, like I said, he got robbed.
Keanu Reeves?
Keanu Reeves got robbed.
He was nothing,
no
bro.
Matrix?
Oh, bro.
Come on, man.
Not with them guns, man.
I thought John Wick was going to fucking do something, man.
Not with them guns, no.
Yo, you know how it's bad? Because I know celebrities, I can't say their names, of course. They go to LA. If they don't check in,
It's over.
they find out where they're staying at, either a hotel or Airbnb, and they get pulled up on and say, yo, listen, bro, pay the tax or we gonna
He's not
find
lying.
you.
Yo. Check in?
Yes, bro. Yes, you gotta check
That's
in, bro.
real. Like, so black people, this is what I'm glad you mentioned that.
Bro.
Black people have a different reality from whites, it seems. Most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll have like white people be like, where's your favorite place of vacation? I had a white person like, Detroit. I love Detroit. I'm like, nigga, what?
What?
Yeah, but it's the thing.
That might be
their
a
whole
mentally ill white person in
their
Detroit.
perception
I
is
thought
different.
so too, bro.
But the checking in is a real thing. You have to check in. Some of these people are so tight that they know when you land.
Okay. So let me picture this because, I'm a little lighter skinned, so I might not understand what's going on.
You
here.
are? I couldn't tell.
When it comes down to it, say a major celebrity like Chris Brown,
Yeah.
or a major celebrity who's an athlete, and a black dude, they come into LA. Who do they actually have to check in with, bro?
Well, there was two big dogs back in the day. I mean, one of them is actually in jail now, Big U. He was for the Crips, of course. Nipsey also used to roll with him, other people. But the other one is, it's not Wack 100. He's kind of like a shadow underground type of guy. But the other one was another guy, I forgot his name. But either way, these two people you check in with normally. But what happened was, let's say, for example, you're a rapper or you said an athlete, right? You're going to have to go to where they want you to go.
Yep.
For example, if you go as someone being bought by Bloods to the Crip area, you're fucked. If you go to certain areas, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So you need to know where to go and who to go with. So there's some people with you to walk with you when you go to certain spots.
And the thing is, if you don't check in and you make money in the city, most of the time they're going to fuck up the club. And they know this. They shoot up the club, they're never booking you again.
Yeah.
So they understand politics of the business.
There
But
you
even
go.
worse,
Yep.
if they get away,
my.
if you get away with their money, which they consider their money because you ain't check in and you make money in their city, they can book you again, put the money up front, and rob you for everything you have.
Yep.
They will book you for a show. So like you think you got off scot-free, they'll book you again and rob you for everything you have or take your
and
life.
it's funny because at their point, they'll meet you at the show and say, listen, bro,
You ain't getting out.
We're here.
This,
What's good?
And you can't leave.
can't
Yeah,
leave, bro.
See, yeah.
this
You can't leave.
sounds like some 1930s gangster shit.
is.
So let
It
me
is.
get, because, bro, I don't have to check in with anybody. Trust
Nah.
that, bro.
Yeah, you
so you're
wouldn't.
telling me if Shaq comes to LA,
They said he was getting checked.
he has to check in with one or two dudes or both.
Well, Shaq has,
Depending on what he
Shaq
when he
has
make money.
like ties already, though. He's already tied in with most of these people anyway, behind the scenes.
But they said he was making payments.
He's making payments.
No, he made payments in the past when he was in LA. It was one of the main reasons he left the Lakers. It was because he had problems with gangs. He got tired of it coming out of his income.
So wait a second. These people are running up on him and asking him for money?
Because no, they know where you live.
yeah.
That's the problem. They know where you live, man.
And they'll send
And
girls.
it's unfortunate.
They'll send girls to your crib that you wouldn't even realize it. Okay, this chick is hot. I'm gonna take her home. They're like, okay, now we know where he lives. Got his ass. And this is it takes one person, bro. One person.
You're telling me the FBI can't take care of this?
Nah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's so corrupt. Fresh cooking. It's in the police.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, I went
Yeah.
to LA like one time. I was in Watts. They had a police pull up and showed the niggas that was snitching off his computer. I was like, this ain't like America.
Yo,
This ain't like America,
I hear
man.
Black Lives Matter protest about white supremacy, and yet I hear you telling me your own brothers and sisters are basically mobbing you.
It's real mob ties. Like it's really
You guys
mob.
ain't joking.
And no,
We're dead
this
serious.
is
Yeah,
extortion
that's normal.
at its finest.
It is.
Extortion
LA is different.
at its finest. This is blackmail and this is black gangster mail.
Is this any other city?
LA is
Literally.
This is so some cities do it, but it's nothing like LA.
Dude,
There's no one that do it like LA.
is the extortion city of
It
America.
is, for real.
Bro. Like legit, bro. If remember,
So it's not just homosexuals over there. You got a
No.
whole bunch of
You got
people
gang
running
members.
mobs.
you
no
got
one-
the community,
This don't sound like no gang. This sounds like organized crime, bro.
You have
bro,
to be. So
basically.
listen, you got to be with the clique. You have to if you're going to be able to move out there. When I was there in 2017, I was with Avalon Gangsta Crips and the Fly Crip and Watts. It's like you have to have some type of group that you're hanging with, and you have to know where you're going to be at because if you're in the wrong place,
Okay.
at the wrong time, you cooked.
So if you go to LA, you got to check in with someone, or you're not at that level.
no, not yet. No, but it depends
Not
on
yet.
where I go. It does depend on where you go, regardless. It depends
So,
on where I go. You go to the wrong place, they going
2022, me and Myron were going to LA, and I know for a fact we ain't safe. So I called a friend up, shout out to him, shout out to AD, and he took care of us while we were there.
So-
Mind you, even though we were there, shit happened, and we're like, whoa.
It's crazy.
Luckily, we were AD and
Yeah.
them boys, so we was good to go. But if not, bro, it would have been bad.
That's a normal story.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
normal.
funny. He called ahead, said we're coming, and then they were there. Like people were there waiting for us to show up.
Yes.
Just to be
Look at that
safe.
shit.
It's that bad,
And
bro.
then the thing is, I'm
Dude,
sure.
hold on. Look at no jumper, bro.
This does not sound like America,
Hold on.
bro.
Hold on. Look at no jumper. Why do you think they hire criminals, bro? Like,
Yeah.
gang members. Protection, bro.
They got it different, man.
They got to, dude. It's part of culture.
And you're telling me these gangs got their people in the police?
They got them. I'm telling you, it's
Dude, you know what they do? Oh, sir, I was robbed at this, and that. Okay, got you. Hey, listen, we got a inquiry about you getting robbed. Make sure you tone it down a little bit.
you know
They
why.
tell the person to say,
you
yo,
know
tone it
why it's
down.
so bad? Like, bro, they got it over in the Slaussons. They got people that's willing, that's ready for you to bring in stolen goods to sell, depending on what set you have. And I'm talking about you can be anywhere, like a car dealership. It could be a Chevy, Mercedes car dealership. You see a certain car ride by, everyone throwing up their set. It's like, what the fuck? This nigga a car salesman.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world, man.
Hold on. I mean, let me just add one more thing to make it even better. Imagine this, right? You're a celebrity or someone that has some status. And you want security in LA. You know where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah. Oh,
You
this-
hire security thinking, all right, this guy's big, tall, tough. All right, I'm gonna be taken care of. Little do you know, he's a gang member. So they're like, oh shit, where you gonna be at?
Tell them
Oh, who's gonna be at this spot, this location at this time? Perfect. They waited for you when you pull up. And he's like, oh, bro, I don't know what's happening here, bro. I'm security.
Yep.
And then before you know it, you're robbed and then taken advantage of.
Yeah. It's bad, man. Only LA. It's different, bro.
This sounds like a third world shithole where mobs dictate terms to the citizens. What you just described to me sounds like Chicago and New York when Al Capone was still alive in the 1930s. So you're telling me your brothers are now taking over the racketeering game and the extortion game. That's what you guys are telling me.
I mean,
LA,
shit, I don't want to snitch on niggas, but
LA runs
hey,
it.
nigga, I'm a civilian.
It don't matter if I got like a $40,000 show up and it's in like a studio for a walkthrough or a club. Any club, you have to pay taxes.
Listen, I'm going to make this abundantly clear. I ain't paying no Muslim tax. I ain't paying no black tax. I ain't paying no tax, man. You got me fucked up, man.
Well, I think he'll be fine because he's not.
Yeah. It's different.
They're
It's
not
like
fucked
us.
up. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Don't fuck with them J's. I'll just leave it at that, man. I'll just leave it at that. But you know, now I start understanding the mindset in that shithole called LA. And now I'm starting to understand how corrupt everything is, which leads us to the main story in the news. LA is burning.
Yeah, literally.
LA is burning. And the reason it is burning is because people are upset that Donald Trump is doing what he said he was going to do when he got elected. He said he was going to get rid of the illegals, not the Mexican Americans. If you were born in this country, no matter what your skin color, you are an American citizen. But if you snuck across the border, you don't belong here. Oh, shit. And Donald Trump is doing what he said he was going to do. So, Dom, you have people waving Mexican flags, burning American flags because they want to stay in America and not go back to Mexico.
Not at all.
Crazy.
Am I
You're not
misconstruing this?
missing, man. You got it.
Listen, I've been here for 12 years. I can't even fathom burning an American flag and then saying, "Oh yeah, bro, I'm from Mexico." Dude, I'm glad to be here. I made it here. You know, we made it happen. We're surviving, doing pretty good. Why even fucking? Why are you here? Just go back to where you're from, then. I don't get it. I don't get it.
It doesn't make sense. What's worse is the people that believe the bullshit. They're worse than the people that spew it. You have people out here pushing this, saying that. I mean, it's a lot of women too that believes this shit. I've talked to. Oh, I can't believe what ICE is doing. They rather let these people. Why can't they let them just be free? It's like, what's this logic?
A country has borders. That's why.
We can't do it in Mexico though. They won't allow us to hop over the border and say,
you know what? I'll tell you, protesters, what. The day I can go to Mexico and wave an American flag while burning a Mexican flag, and nothing happens to me and I'm completely safe, then I will support your bullshit. Until that day happens, mwah.
They wouldn't have no time for it.
So
what's the solution? What's the solution? Donald Trump's solution is to put in the National Guard, and when that doesn't work, because the National Guard can only do so much. You bring in the Marines. And let me tell you something,
700
man.
Marines.
You don't understand the difference between a Marine and a National Guardsman. A National Guardsman, this is a part-time job for him. He's actually a civilian. Half the time he's doing something, for the military. He's not a real soldier, but he has some training. People who are Marines, they live, breathe this shit the same way a Muslim does the Quran. This is what they do. And if Donald Trump tells you to stop the protesters, he's going to stop the protesters. I want to guarantee you, Donald Trump is going to do what he says he's going to do. And I'm warning people out there right now, if you try to make this violent, it's not going to go in your favor.
Yep.
People are fed up. And it's not just us white people or, depending on who you're talking to, us Jews. Black people don't like this shit either.
No.
Something's going on in America, bro. I can't put my finger on it. Just kidding here. But the point is that, like, something eerie is happening. And it's happening right before our eyes. My thing is, though, like, this whole debacle, I feel like it's created to happen at some point, bro. This whole, like, riot protesting, it was too coincidental. It happens right here, right now, after this whole Elon and Trump debacle. Something's happening in the economy, bro, where, like, something bad is about to happen, bro. Something.
Well, LA is kind of notorious for riots too, though. It's got a long history.
It is, but
it's good that you guys bring that up. It is notorious. When was the last big riot in LA?
Was it 2016?
No, it was 1992.
Oh, you talking about that?
Yeah, Rodney King. That was the real big riot. And it's interesting that the biggest riot since 1992, and again, those were over race. Now they're trying to make these over race. Was 33 years apart. That right there tells me the people in the inside have planned this. And let me tell you something. It does not make much. It does not take much to sow division.
Wow. So
It does not take much to sow division. I'll give you an example. A lot of white supremacists want this country to be lily white. And they'll bring up the example that, if America was 90% white, we wouldn't have these problems. But guess what? They'll find a way to divide you. It'll be between Christians and Protestants, Christians and Catholics. If you have one race, they'll divide you between religion. Now, when you have different races involved, they're going to start using racism.
yeah.
So you have one step, two step to divide people. And the last one is class warfare, communism against capitalism. So these people who we call the Illuminati, Babylonian Brotherhood, they have their people all over the world. And they can basically do a step here, make a step here, and make sure they wind everything up. I'll give you an example. 2011, there was something called the Arab Spring, where people in the Arab world started, rising up against their so-called dictators. And one of the things that people learned was about a month before the Arab Spring started, they cut off the grain supplies. So that forced the food prices to go up, and that's why people started rioting. So they made sure they got the people rioting when they wanted to. And they have these mechanisms all over the world, whether it's through banking, military, anything, vaccine. They can do it any which way they want, Fresh.
Yeah, and just out to your point, so their slogan is actually pretty simple and in plain sight, but it is out of chaos comes order. Yeah. So they create the problem, and then the solution is said, oh, wait, we fixed it for you. Trust in us. And before you know it, I guarantee you, there's going to be a big event. I don't know what it's going to be. Either signs and wonders, miracles, or even aliens that comes to Earth. And then they're going to say, oh, problem is going to be fixed with this solution. And then we're going to say, okay, help us, government. Help us survive this fucking downfall. But again, they set it up from the very beginning, like you said. They'll plan the whole thing out and say, here's the problem, guys. We need to fix it. Bring a savior and then fix it. And then before you know it, you're like, please save us. And then you're cooked.
Problem, reaction, solution. This is how they work. They start the problem. Yeah. They know what the reaction is going to be. They steer it with the media, and then they offer the solution. It was right there, just like COVID. Yeah. They had the vaccine ready before COVID even started. Yeah. They had the solution ready. And by the way, it was me who got suspended on Twitter March 2020 because I told people 9 months before it happened, do not take the vaccine. I already knew where this was coming. Yeah. You ain't going to fool me. Dom? How bad is this going to get?
It just depends on how far the Mexicans, well, not Mexicans, let's say the migrants. I don't know these people, but they hold the Mexican flags. Shit, if they hold up a Mexican flag, I can't call them Italians. So they got to choose different flags too. But if they start to attack police with guns, I've seen some videos. If we get reported deaths of police, I think it'll reach a climax. And I think that if we did go into a Latin race war, it'll be 10 times worse than black.
But for example, isn't Nick like half white, half Mexican?
Fuentes.
Yeah.
So he's pushing for white supremacy, right? For the most part. But he's also Mexican. Doesn't that like play into like this whole Mexican thing as well? Because I guess for him it's like, isn't he on that side instead of Mexican side? I don't know.
Listen, I want to make this statement. Most of the people in GG33 who are American Mexicans who were born in this country or immigrated to this country are 100% with Trump.
Right.
I don't believe what you see in the media. Most of the people who are with Trump, who are Mexicans and American citizens, they support what Trump is doing. What you have there is a fringe minority who basically think they own California. So let me make this clear for everyone who's listening. You have to win wars to dictate terms. Mexico got its ass whooped in 1848. They signed a declaration. They gave away California and Texas because we went all the way down to Mexico City and took your capital. And by the way, from an astrology point of view, 1848 is the year of the monkey. So, of course, a monkey nation founded in 1776 is going to win a war in a monkey year. So, again, a little metaphysics for you. But when it comes down to it, I want you guys to understand. Same thing with Palestinians. Because you see that now they're talking about free California, just like free Palestine. To my brown friends,
that's crazy.
You have to start winning wars to dictate terms. Israel won wars in 48. Israel won wars in 67. In 73, you attacked them, they won. Now, you can say American weapons all you want. They were getting weapons from the Soviet Union. You have to win wars. And because white people and their ancestors invested in technology, invested in education, they created better weapons and they won wars.
Yeah.
This is what happened. This is reality. You can call it stolen land. You can call it whatever the fuck you want. The reality is people who win wars dictate terms. There's a tribe called the Moors.
Yeah.
And what did the Moors do? They conquered Spain for 700 years. You know all those people in Spain who are brownish? They used to be white.
Yeah.
They used to be as white as the French. What happened? The Moors came in there, pillaged, raped the women, and all of a sudden they got a little more darker. Yeah. This is what happens. People have won. The Chinese, the Ming Dynasty, they were around for how many centuries? They were dictating terms. They were raping and pillaging. So whoever's number one does what they have to do to stay number one. This is not racism. This is natural order of things.
Also, whoever wins the war does his history books. They'll determine what's going to be in books that you read in school and then say, this is what it is. This is your history, even though it might be false.
I mean, the victors write the history, but one thing is true. Whoever wins the war dictates terms. So again, to the Palestinians, to the Mexicans, win wars, and then you can dictate terms. But you know what? The Mexicans don't even have an air force.
No.
Bro, their president is a Jewish woman, bro. Like, dude, that kills me, bro. Like, dude, how is a masculine community our society, like Mexico, putting a woman in power? I don't understand this,
I'll
bro.
tell you how. They killed 35 male candidates for her to win an election.
What?
Yeah,
The cartels killed 35 men for a woman to come into power.
Yeah, they had a lot of deaths.
35 niggas?
Around there. That might not be the exact number, but it was definitely around that mark.
For a woman to win?
Yep. They killed men literally for a woman to win. And this is the difference between the United States of America and Mexico, because they tried to get Trump. They tried. They did try. But in this country, we do things a little bit differently. And here's the thing. All of you want to come to this nation. Like what? Maybe 10,000 Americans go to retire in Mexico every year? Mm-hmm. Sure, throw the white people out. I'm cool. But you taking yours back too, bro. It is what it is. And I want to make this clear. I am not anti-immigration. Are you a legal citizen?
Yeah.
You went through the process, didn't you?
100%.
How long did it take?
Well, I got it as a kid.
Okay. How long did it take?
I don't remember.
How old were you?
I was just born.
Okay, so you were born in this country.
No, so my mom is American, and when she had me, she applied for me right away when I was a baby.
Okay, so you are an American citizen because you went through the legal process. Obviously, Dom, you're born here, just like me. So I want to explain something to you. I am not against immigration.
No.
I think immigration is one of the things that made America great.
Yeah.
Because what we did was we took the brightest from all over the world. It didn't matter if it was a Pujit. It didn't matter if it was a black person from Africa. It didn't matter if it was an Asian. It didn't matter if it was a Russian. We took the best of the best.
And the brightest.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why America created so many different things, because of that. Everyone's greatest minds went to our institutions. This is something you want. You know something that's interesting? People don't know this. President Xi's daughter didn't go to a Chinese university. She went to an American one.
Ooh.
Why is that? And did you know something interesting? The Chinese president went to an American university too. Yeah.
Really?
The Chinese president went to an American university. A lot of world leaders come here to learn.
Netanyahu, his son lives in Miami.
Correct.
Netanyahu.
So,
what?
He lives down here.
So does Zelensky. I think they're a couple.
Oh shit!
Yeah, man, it goes deep. They all get the education here.
Then niggas get caught, bro.
Nah, nothing's gonna happen to them, bro. They're in sunny Isles, bro. That's little Israel, bro. Ain't nothing gonna happen to them, bro. I promise you, man. What people need to understand is, like, sunny Isles, Miami, is the Russian mob capital of America. Nothing happens there without them knowing about it. They own about 30% of all the properties.
Oh, shit.
They literally bought up all the properties and they rent them out.
That's just expensive, bro. Like, listen, Brickell is cool. It's a little pricey, but Sunny Isles is like next level. That's like the top tier of top tier.
I love Sunny Isles. It's a great place to live, and even though it costs a lot in rent to live there, and believe me, I'm talking about 5 figures. The networking opportunity I had with billionaires was well worth it, man. Yeah. Well worth it, man. You know, this is why people pay to go into a country club, for access to people who are worth networking with. Again, I understand some people call it gay, but there's a reason they call it networking.
Yeah.
You do it right, you're going to become that guy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Facts.
Anyways, again, if you want to donate and get well, I shouldn't say donate. That's what brokies do. You guys want a service. You want a numerology reading, 98 and above. Can we see the chat? Because I can't see it.
Yeah, also, we got some readings right now as well.
You got readings already?
Yeah. But yeah, I just think this whole LA thing, man. Listen, LA's already been doomed from the very beginning, but I want to see what's gonna happen next, because at this point, taxes are really high, cost of living is almost like unbelievable, and of course, with these riots going on, they're destroying property, destroying people's businesses. It's like, bro, when is this shit gonna stop? Because at this point, if it continues, I mean, what's the next step?
It's a good thing Trump came along, because Biden was letting all these people in. And if you imagine this started in 8 years,
by the hundreds,
it would be 5 times bigger. We need to draw a line in the sand now.
Yeah.
This is America. We have laws in America. You want to come in here, do it legally. I will support you. But I want to say something a little controversial before we get to the super chats. You know, in 1945, America was about 90% white. Now it's around 59% white because we're importing a lot more non-white immigrants. I think we need to start addressing and start prioritizing white people immigration to America, whether they're from Russia, Ukraine, Poland, Europe that's being overrun right now.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not talking about taking brokies in. People who have access to money and people who are intelligent and can provide a service to America, because that rule applies to everyone. But I think we need to start prioritizing white immigration because that white population is dwindling, brother.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's crazy, bro. This may sound weird, but like, I feel safe around white people, bro. I feel safe walking down the street, going to a restaurant and saying, oh, my white brother, good to see you. But I'm worried when I see some of these niggas, man. I'm worried. Not saying that every nigga's wrong. I'm just saying, bro, I'll be worried, man. But listen, what's funny is that I saw a girl come to America. And you know, there's a program where you can actually have a business that helps America become better, and they bring you in on that visa. I forgot what it's called. But you know what her business was?
What's that?
OnlyFans.
Okay.
I said, bro, you're telling me this is going to help America move forward?
Crazy.
But she got in the country using her OnlyFans as a business. So you're right. We need to bring the brightest and the best that have real talent towards America. Not no fucking OnlyFans, bro. That's just
I didn't
terrible.
even know we could come in on that.
OnlyFans women are literally drug dealers because some people have an addiction to, substance abuse, and some people have addiction to porn.
Yep.
And they are making that porn very accessible. This needs to stop because it looks like, women get rights, and no matter what happens, eventually it always leads to them selling sex or selling sexuality to gain resources out of men. How is this helping anybody?
There's a silent wealth transfer happening in America as we speak, and it's through OnlyFans,
Divorce.
escort, divorce, prostitution. Fellas
Damn.
watching, man, your actual wealth is being drained
That's crazy.
day by day dealing with these women.
It makes you
Listen,
think.
bro, damn near, bro. If I wasn't straight, I am straight. But if
Whoa.
hold on.
Oh, that's getting clipped
If
up.
the world, hold on. If the world was turned upside down, and for a second, not me in general, but like, let's say someone was gay, dating another guy, they save money. But if you're a straight guy dating women today, bro, they suck you dry, bro. Literally and figuratively. So the thing is, like, these women, bro, are a silent killer to your wealth. And it's funny because most guys can never recover. They get married one time, divorce, cooked. They meet a woman one time, they got the great allegation, they're cooked. So I just think as men, if you actually look at your lifespan and what's happening in life and you got your future, if you put women into it in the wrong way, the wrong timing, the wrong situation, dude, you're cooked. So that in itself is a lesson because that's the biggest wealth transfer silently happening behind closed doors.
I have to ask you a serious question now that you mentioned wealth transfer. You've had some years with a couple of women. So what do you really think? So men, when we get money, sometimes a lot of us, we invest it.
Yeah.
Even if the investment failed, we're trying to put it back into the world, build our empire to bring it back, help the country, help ourselves, pay taxes. From the women you're dealing with making an ass of money, do you think we're going to have a problem in this country for them getting, let's say, if we do transfer our wealth to them and they have majority of the money in this country, where do you think it's going to go?
Country will collapse.
Bro, women spend money dude, okay, picture this, right? Women spend money like fucking kids, bro. They just see something that they want and they go buy it without even thinking about the reason they bought it, just because it looks good or because it feels good. So I know girls that bought G-Wagons. They can't fucking drive, bro. I know girls that go buy bags. They go for trips for like 2 months, a month. I'm like, wait, are you going to work during these 2 months? No. But you're going to go have fun because it feels right. And then women are in debt and still traveling. I'm like, hold on.
They own 75% of the debt in this nation.
Dude, this woman on TikTok right now, right? She has 40K in debt, but is using her last credit card to go traveling again because she says, you know what? At least I can travel and be happy in this debt. And I'm like, bro, you wonder why Americans in so much trouble, bro, in debt?
Americans.
The women have taken over, started making money, and blew it out the wazoo. And us, as men, we got to clean up because we're the good man of America. Fuck
Enough
that,
is
bro.
enough. Repeal 19, man. It's done so much damage.
Yeah.
It's done so much damage, man.
Yeah.
The family unit is broken. Kids are growing up being betas or they're being whores. All for what? So women can go out there on vacations and have fun and not close their legs?
Yeah.
Enough. I'm telling you, you're not going to fix this country until you put chastity belts around these broads, man. Being dead real.
Shout
We'll
to
get
all,
the- we'll
shout
get
to
the
all the
super
women,
chat soon.
women, though, that are actually doing well, being smart with their money, putting it into assets and putting it into property. But you know what's funny about this part about property too? Let's say you're a woman, right, that's independent, you're career driven, living your life. Kudos to you. Good job, ho. But hold on. Hold on. It gets better. Let's say the property is going to be 30 years out before you pay it off.
Okay.
I got my career. I'm doing good. All of a sudden, you say, I just want to travel now. I don't want to work anymore. I just want to have fun. I want to live life. I've been doing this for too long. I need to de-stress. You start missing days at work, start traveling, you lose your job. But you just bought a property for 30 years. So now you're like, okay, got savings. I'll be fine. Well, maybe things turn around. It's AI revolution. Can't find a job now. So what happens is the property you bought, guess where it goes? Back to the bank. So, but before that, you're like, damn, I need a man to come save me. And it's always at the very end when they say, you know what? Career's been nice, but I need saving. Who do they turn to? Us, the men. So I'm just saying, bro, this whole thing about independence of women, bro, I get it. Hooray, you did it.
It's a lie.
But to maintain that for a long period of time, I've yet to see somebody actually do it that long and somebody to 80, 90, 100 years old. So I think they're cooked, man, honestly.
And again, if you don't like what's going on in LA right now, it's a direct result of, because of feminism.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to understand how the system works. When women work, they don't have kids, they don't have families. You need 2.1 kids per family to sustain a society, just to sustain it. Since these women went to work, what happened? All of a sudden, they're not having enough kids. Society keeps draining. So how do the people make up for that influx of people who are leaving society? Immigration. But with immigration, you start changing your demographics. So here's the thing. When women start working, it destroys the society because they don't have families, they don't have kids, they can't maintain a society. So you have two choices. First choice is what Japan did. They said, I don't care if the women aren't having kids. We're not letting anyone in. And now they have a dying population. Literally, Japan's population is falling and dying because they don't have immigration, but they have their culture. Yeah. Their culture's intact. The other part is what America in the West did. All of a sudden, they have all these immigrants coming in. Assalamu alaikum people, all sorts of people coming in, right? And they will change the culture of society to maintain the numbers.
Yep.
And it all goes back to feminism. If you kept these women in the goddamn house having babies, you wouldn't need these illegals. And your culture would not change. You see how smart the Illuminati is? You see how smart these people are?
Very
they
smart.
plan things generationally. They knew if they changed the gay women's right in 1920, which by the way is a monkey year, because America's a monkey nation, so you pass laws in a monkey year to strengthen that law. All of a sudden they knew eventually it would destroy the nation from within. And again, that was over 100 years ago.
Trojan horse effect. Gary, you made a very good point here, right? This has been going on for generations. So I want to make this very clear. People that believe they can change generational choices from talking online or some tweets or maybe even a rally, it's impossible. You're not going to change a generational plan that's been going on for decades because you want to talk about it now. But what you can do is prepare for it the smart way. And guys watching, man, hopefully you're in my gang, the Common Sense gang. You have common sense because that's just a lost art nowadays. But what I'm saying is that like with the actual coming revolution of AI and what's happening with their agenda and their plan, you're not going to stop it, my friend. It's here to come and it's here to stay. But what you can do is prepare for it, like I said before, in the right way. And if you're smart about it, like we talked about on the show before, you'll plan accordingly to help your family, your friends, and make some fucking money. But other than that, bro, we're kind of cooked.
A lot of people always kept saying, what's the answer to influencers having all this freedom of speech and influencing so many people? And at first, people thought it was censorship, but I do believe AI is the answer for this new wave of influencers, you know, being able to say what they want to say. I think AI, this new AI system, is going to help silence a lot of it.
Well, it's control, bro. Imagine with AI, right? I can actually scan an entire web database or, for example, internet for whatever I need in a second, and then display it to somebody in real time right there and then. But imagine this, as a creator, I create my own voice, my own creation, and put it in the internet. But with AI now, I can control and say, okay, I want to find people that talk about Trump. Cool. Now I know it's this creator, that creator.
Mm-hmm.
Send them an email. Hey, you know what? Well, maybe not Trump. Maybe Kamala, for example, right? Here's the email. You know what? I'll pay you $10K to talk good about Kamala just because we want to support you. And they become bought and sold just like that. So I'm just saying, like, listen, at the end of the day, creators do have a place in this world.
10K is a cheap whore.
Exactly. But for some people, that's everything. Because remember, they don't make shit.
Yeah.
So again, I just think with AI, it's coming to a place where it's going to have more access to creators, of course, and more things that can be done. But overall, people that are working regular jobs, that are actually living life, man, you got to prepare for this now, bro.
It's amazing how 10K will change a lot of people's lives. And I don't give a fuck about it.
This nigga, bro.
It is what it is. And this is what happens when you work hard and you say yes to numerology and astrology. Let's get to the super chats, man. What's the
Here we
first
go.
one?
Classic Mods 247. Hey, Gary. My birthday, he's a male, 11/10/1985.
8 life path.
I live in Springfield, Virginia. Is Springfield a good spot to live, or should I move to Alexandria, Virginia? And what do you think about this potential wife whose birthday is 5/2/1997?
No, but look up both those cities and see what they are.
So he is actually in Springfield, Virginia, and
And he wants to move to
Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay, so look up those two dates.
And his wife
on the Q app, because that's what the Q app is for.
There you go.
When you want to find out what every city is born, what every car brand is, you go to the Q app, and we'll go to the Q commercials real quick. But your lucky number is 15. You are an 8 life path. Money's going to come up and down your whole life. But you have to understand, as an 8, especially as a Scorpio, you know, you got to watch that karma, bro. That's the thing about 8s, man. Your potential to make money is off the charts. But there's something that can hold you back. Like for instance, if someone's a 5, they're around these women all the time, and they usually catch cases. So the women hold the 5s back. But when you're an 8, you got to watch that karma. So as long as you have a righteous life, I think you'll be fine. It looks like you're a home and family-oriented guy, taking care of things and stuff like that. My advice to you would be very, very simple, man. Use your gifts. People who are born in 85 are really good at body language. People who are born with Scorpio energy are really good at looking people's eyes and tell if they're lying. So you got the body language part and you got the eye part. That is something that most people don't have. That combination is very deadly. So if you actually put yourself in a position where that skill can be utilized, bro, it's off the charts for you, man. You should know exactly who you can trust and not trust right away. So it is what it is. Now, did you find out those cities?
Yeah, the first one's a goat, the second one's a snake.
Okay, so where you at right now is a goat city, so that is your enemy sign. Bye-bye. And by the way, Alexandria is a snake. A snake is good with the ox. Hell yeah, you should move. I approve that message. What's the wife again?
Oh, the wife is actually 5/2/97.
5/2/97. Oh, wow. Okay. So any woman born in the second, man, they got that body, man. So congratulations on that. And she's actually a 33 life path. So she doesn't actually have to do anything. Just like by you being in a marriage with her and you having sex with her, she's leveling you up, man. Because that's what happens when you're around 33s. You level up. They don't even have to do much, man. So that is it. So for instance, 33 and 8 is also a great combination. You remember a guy by the name of George W. Bush?
Yeah.
He was a fuck up in life until he married his wife, who was a 8 life path. And then they all went all the way to the White House. So yeah, good girl. I like the combination. She's a young ox. Make sure she doesn't, start, dictating a little bit too much, because those ox women like to, start pushing back as they get older. But other than that, I think it's a solid relationship, and I think you and her are going to make a lot of money together. Congratulations. I love when I can actually give people good news, because most of the time I'm hearing like, yo, that's fucked up, man. Nah, you guys suck together. But this is a good combination. I like it.
Rare to hear.
That's good to hear, man. Okay, next one we got HES. Hi, Gary. First time here. My birthday is July 7th, 1987, and I'm a Cancer. What's the store for me?
97.
Yeah, 97.
So your lucky number is actually 77.
1987. 87.
87. Okay. So your lucky number is actually 77. You're a smart guy. You know, as a matter of fact, the only female astrologer that I have great respect for is born 7/7. And 7 is the number of the genius. She's also born 1977. So when it comes down to it, you're a smart guy. You had a lot of fun with the ladies, you know, when you were younger and stuff like that. But quite frankly, when I look at your birthday, you look like a psychologist to me. You look like a person who analyzes every single detail. And you do a lot of traveling, bro. It is what it is. So when it comes down to it, I think it'd probably be very difficult for you to commit to one person. I think that would be difficult for you. You know, cats like to do it their way. And if cats have a little bit of bread, it's going to be very, very difficult to lock them down, man. 50 Cent, man. He's a kitty. Has anyone locked him down?
Legend, bro.
No one's locked him down because when cats got that bag, they feel like no one's good enough for him.
Wow.
It is what it is. Like, 50 won't even retire his own mother. He has fucking millions. He won't retire his own mother. Cats tend to be selfish. But you know what the great thing about this is? When I give readings to cats and I tell them they're selfish, they don't even think that's a bad thing. So it is what it is. Listen, your next great year is going to be 2027. Go out there and kill it. Might be the best year of your life. Let's go. And if you want a reading, a 98 or above, we'll get back to the super chats.
All right, guys, we'll head into the news. Take it away, Dom.
All right. A YouTuber was killed with his wife while he was live on the platform. A suspect is a fellow YouTuber who had been arguing with the victim on YouTube a few days prior to this event. Both of these men live in Las Vegas. The alleged suspect, named Sin City Manny Wise, uploaded videos of him driving through Vegas looking for the victim. As soon as he saw the victim named Finney the Legend with his wife, he began firing at them in public. The beef started after a YouTube strike war, which began after these two creators started taunting each other on a YouTube. A strike war is where creators intentionally get their enemy's channel demonetized by sending copyright strikes after two creators use each other's content to taunt.
Yo, this is bad, bro. I think we can, but we'll play it, guys. But dude, this is the problem when you have creators and there's no balance and check about hate. Here's the problem, right? This creator was harassing this person nonstop. Now, it doesn't justify what he did, but just to give you that basis, imagine someone who wakes up every single day, talk shit about you every single day.
You mean like God and preach?
How about to us? But then they see you in person.
Yeah.
Now, most people be like, I'm not bothered. I don't give a fuck. But you don't know how they feel deep down. You don't know how much they put into their effort, into the work, content, what they do. If you just sit there and say, oh, I'm going to roast a person every day, bro, you don't know what they're feeling. So when they see a person, bro, you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Which is why, listen, bro, most YouTubers that talk shit, they don't go outside. They stay inside, and I see why they stay inside, but he saw him out in person. Let's play it real quick and see what happens, bro, because this is like no joke, bro, at all. This is actually serious.
You sure we can play this?
Yeah, we can. Pause. So this is the guy. I've been talking shit about this guy for months, actually. So the guy in question is Manny, the person that actually attacked the victim here. His name is Finney, and the other guy's Manny. Funny.
Are these big time creators?
No.
No.
But for their niche, what they talk about, they are big. So that like lifestyle, like, you know, funny stuff they do in Vegas, that's their niche, and they're famous for that in their community. I think they had about like 12K subs.
9 and 12, I think.
Yeah, 9 and 12K. But they're up and coming. You know what I'm saying? So to speak. But let's continue. And this is in broad daylight, by the way. Sorry, broad daylight, nighttime in Vegas Strip.
There it goes.
Pause. See the guy there in the hat and white and black shirt? That is actually Manny. The one that's been talked about constantly, his career. But you know what really put a battery in his back? When this guy Finney talked about his wife. Bro, listen. I'm all for roasting niggas online. I get it. But doing it every single day and then to talk about their wife, bro.
What's up, Andrew Wilson?
Like, you gotta understand, bro. People are people.
Mm-hmm.
They get triggered. They may hide it. They may say, "Oh, I'm not worried,"
Yeah.
but they get triggered. Now, how you handle it is in different ways is up to you. But some people can't handle it at all. But let's continue though. Let's continue real quick. So he walks past. Pause.
See, yep, there's a girl.
His wife is saying, "Don't bring your ass over here." Instantly starts to get this nigga in an agitated state. Now hold you. Remind you, we talk about this for dating, right? Your girl can get you in a lot of trouble. So imagine you're in a line waiting for some food. He's like, "It's taking too long. Move out the way." She may even cause like a scene. And then guess who has to defend her?
the man?
You got to defend her. She instantly sees him and says some bullshit. Now, mind you, back in the day, people don't know this. They had a debacle themselves, his wife and this guy Manny.
Oh, they used to be a couple?
No. Like a,
Okay.
a confrontation. And what happened is he pepper sprayed her. So they have a history because obviously they're in the same place. And he pepper sprayed her. And her husband, Finney, said, "You know what? I understand why he did what he did." But this right here is the second meeting where he's like, "All right, this is where it's going down." 'Cause remember, back then, Finney didn't talk about Manny's wife, but now he did, and he's irate. Mind you, he's been making videos, walking around the strip, trying to find this guy for days, bro.
Yeah.
So imagine,
Really?
you're opposite
Yeah,
in
I
your
got
city,
some of them in there.
bro. You're opposite in your city. You're like, "Hey,
Thank
man,
you.
when I see this nigga, bro, I'm gonna get him."
I'm
Say the
psyched.
same
And
thing.
then he's like laughing, saying like, "I'm gonna be fine." Da da da.
Yeah.
No, but he walked the entire Gary. He walked the entire strip,
Literally.
nigga, bro.
He's
the
not
entire
lying.
strip,
Literally.
up and down, looking for somebody.
And
he
he
walks
never
in
thought.
every single casino,
Yeah.
dude. You gotta be fucking crazy to do that shit. Imagine Noble. Imagine walking in every casino looking for this one person.
Exactly.
I actually did that once.
Bro. You're
That's-
crazy, bro.
I actually
Crazy,
did this
bro.
one. So in 2001, I had someone I was promoting steal some money from me. And when I was on my gambling, run in 2021, and I promoted his ass, and he started talking shit about my wife and my kids. I literally was in Atlantic City, and I drove up to Philadelphia, and I went to every single Philly casino. There's about 5 of them. Went to Harrah's, went to Rivers, went to all of them, right? And I went with people, and we almost messed up, bro. I'm gonna tell you why, because the boys I went with, they thought they found him.
Oh.
And they're about to run up on him and steal him. And then I told him at the last second, "Yo, stop, that's not him." We almost did some bullshit. And at that point, I was like, you know what? Because I left my family, my kids in Atlantic City looking for this dude. Because I was gonna mess him up, bro.
Yeah.
I was really gonna mess
I'm
him
glad you
up.
didn't.
And actually, I wish I kind of did a little bit, but I didn't catch him. And the thing about him is he's still living in poverty now, so karma.
But you
plays his
gotta
part.
be a special person to do that, though. Just keeping it real, because that's extensive.
I said the same thing, Fresh. I was like, for him to sit there and allow a dude to be live looking for you. I mean, I just got survival skills. I don't really pay no one no mind. We all get hate. It's like whatever, bullshit. But if a nigga is literally on live and I know he's really looking for me, I need to get a strap.
Bro, I
Like,
remember,
that's common sense.
dude. Dumb.
So that's-
Common sense.
He should
is no
know,
longer
bro. As a
common.
creator, bro.
I remember it was 2021. I met Soulja Boy for the first time. We're chilling, whatever. He's here in Miami. And obviously, talks a lot of shit online. Soulja Boy talks shit to people all the time, whatever. He tells me, bro, I only post when I leave where I'm
Yep.
at. So, for example, let's say he's in Miami.
Yeah.
He's at his hotel chilling. He'll post the night when he leaves the club. I was there.
Yeah.
But you won't catch him there live.
Oh.
Hell no. The problem here is that this person was doing content about Manny for clicks and views, and obviously he was getting paid. He made a lot of money in super chats for hating on this guy Manny. So not only was he getting clicks, he was incentivized because he's getting paid to talk shit about. So a lot of people that talk shit online is because they get paid, bro. Because they know if they make a video about this person, they get a big paycheck from YouTube, ad revenue.
Oh, you mean like the people who talk shit about you because they have no
Exactly.
talent, so they have to talk about people who are better than them because they have to get views to get money, right?
Exactly.
I've been preach bitch ass.
Facts. But you know the funny part
them
though?
niggas.
When they talk about the wrong person and they see him in then they see them in person, bro, I'm just saying, bro, things can happen. So let's continue.
This far.
Pause.
And he got her.
So this guy,
He should be executed.
bro, 100%. This guy literally took out the husband and then the wife. And then somebody else, I believe, that passed away as well that was there.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it
And
was
he
third.
fled the scene. And I don't think has he been caught yet?
Yeah, I think he did.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Pretty sure I did, yeah.
the other day he wasn't.
You're going to hell, motherfucker.
But
You are going to hell.
But hold on. This is totally wrong. Not acceptable. Violence was definitely done here. Some people died. This
Hit
is-
him! Get in the fight! Be a man! Why
Yeah.
are you fucking shooting?
Hold on. This is a problem with people online. People that are watching your content, people they talk about online, in real life, they have problems. They got maybe debt. They got bad relationship with their wife or girlfriend. Maybe their dog died. You don't know what they're going through. So this is why, listen, if you're going to roast somebody, roast it one time and walk away. But to do it every single day and then pray on their downfall and make money off of them, bro, they're going to be mad.
Yeah.
So this is just an example of someone that was fed up and took it out on everybody that was there. Now, mind you, it's not right at all. It's terrible. This is disgusting. But you can see chronologically why he did what he did.
Yeah.
The motive is clearly there, and he acted on the motive 100%. Is it right? Hell no. But YouTube, I just wonder because now with YouTube, how they can handle this? Because like basically you're paying people to be haters and talk shit about other people, but it can cause death. Like this is no joke, bro. This is actually bad for YouTube itself and the society.
I added some of the.
It's the driver. It's not the car's fault. It's the driver's fault.
I agree, but if you get paid to talk shit about people, bro, I mean, at some point you gotta
Listen. When I was younger and I was the king of Cleveland radio, I used to go on a show called the Mike Trevisano Show, and that show was from 3 to 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And then the show afterwards would literally talk shit about me every single day, every single week. They had a skit called Larry the Letters Guy, where someone would be pretending to be me and talk about letters. So I've been through this, and they did this for years. For years they did this, bro. And believe me, it made me real angry. But this is what you ask for. If you're gonna be a public figure, you're gonna be attacked. So listen, I understand the hate. If people hate, it is what it is. Now, if people start using that P word or something like that, then that can lead to violence.
Yeah.
But other than that, you could call me pretty much whatever you want. I don't care, man. Just don't get my wife and my kids involved. Now, if you go out there and say you live a certain way, and then I see that you're basically simping, then that's a whole different thing. Because what you're living is a lie of a fraud. If you're a Christian and you're a Muslim, say you're a Muslim and I see you drinking, say you're a Muslim and I see you doing un-Quran-like things, then I can call you out on it and criticize you because you're a public figure.
Yeah.
But the normal person, no, you don't do that stuff. The normal person, I'm not going to talk about their wife. But, if someone's saying they're living a certain way and they're actually simping, well, then I'm going to call them out. That's the difference.
That's fair. Now, keep in mind, so if I'm correct, you're right. He did turn himself in, right?
I don't know if he
He
turned himself.
turned himself in?
I don't know if he turned himself. I just know I thought he was arrested.
Well, either way, this was a heinous crime that he just committed. Now, there's a lesson here for all of us that do content and watch content as well. As a human being, people have issues. We all do. But how you handle it is up to the individual and their mental clarity and their mindset, of course, and their strength. This person broke down after a couple of videos. That could be anybody. So lesson here is that, like, yes, obviously speaking, you can make content and make money, of course, that's fine. But if you're talking to one person for a long period of time, you don't know their mind frame, their mind state, their mental. You don't know shit. All you know is, I'm defending this guy, hurt his career, and hopefully he has a downfall. But guess what he just did? He spent years building that account, building those followers, building that like actual relationship with his audience. For you to come and try to destroy it? Oh, nigga, he's mad.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it can happen, and it happened here, and it's fucked up.
You're
So,
just explaining the reasoning behind it.
Yes.
We get it. We get it. Listen, we got more super chats. Let's go in there.
All right, cool. But yeah, guys, this is why I think we should be positive, man. Move forward. But even before this happened, is because, dude, people that talk shit online, bro, in person they don't do shit. But when it's continuous, bro, man, you never know. All right,
Okay, if you want a super chat, it's 98 or above. Let's go, Fresh.
guys. Also on my channel, man, super chat as well. Your questions too as well. We got you guys, even with Gary as well. Ant To, Nugent Gia, Tran, what? Anyhow, birthday 8/26/92.
What does that Tran mean?
That might be-
I
think
bro,
she's.
Gary,
I think she's Korean or something like that. Trans last name.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Listen,
That scared me.
You know, if you're born 1992, you're the monkey. You are the smartest sign. You know, when it comes down to it, monkeys are the best strategists. Monkeys are definitely the best day traders. Monkeys have a lot of skills, but you know the main thing you have to understand is if you're born in the monkey year, you should be around monkey energy, and you should be in the United States of America. And what city should they be in?
Miami.
Because Miami was founded in a monkey year by a 28 life path, which makes sense why it's so freaking rich. It is what it. This is most likely going to be the richest city in America within 10, 15 years.
Especially if it's LA shit.
It's gonna overtake New York. The banks of all the Latin American, like Venezuela, all these countries, they have their banks right here in Miami. And
Sabadell Bank, yeah,
Yep.
they're all here, yeah.
And I just want to say one more thing. We'll get to the super chat in 1 second. I just want to say one thing. The Cuban population here in Miami will never going to have the same problems that we have with the so-called Mexicans over there in LA, because they're proud to be Americans. They hate Fidel Castro. Every time I get in an Uber, 50% of the time it's a Cuban. I always ask them, you see me do it. Like, where are you from?
Que bola.
And as soon as they say they're from Cuba, what do I say? Fuck Fidel Castro. And all of a sudden, I'm bonded with them.
Yep.
These people hate communism. They love America. And I suggest my Mexican friends in California start jumping on the same bandwagon. They come here legally, by the way. They go through the paperwork. Going to someone born in 8/26/1992, you're a one life path. So whether you're a man or a woman, you're alpha. What does that mean? That means you have to be more aggressive in life to actually make it. You can't be one of those people like, okay, I'm going to go do what you want. You have to be aggressive in life. You have to be a leader. You do extremely well under pressure, too. Looking at your birthday, the older you get, the more charismatic you're going to get. Your money's up and down in life because you're born on the 26th. And again, that is the most karmic number. Again, 8 is the number of karma, but 26 is more karmic than the 17, and it's more karmic than the 8. And guess what that karma revolves around with the 26? Family. Don't put yourself in a gold digging situation like Cassie did with that same exact birthday. Different year, obviously. When I look at you, you're going to be a spiritual leader. Your lucky number is 82, so you can turn it around and make it a 28 and 26. So 26 and 28, those are the days you should go hard. Next.
Xavier Simonelli says, birthday 10/29/1997. Last time you said I was a school shooter, I've been taking many L's and also getting stronger. Tell me more. Did I waste my money?
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. I didn't say you were a school shooter. What I said is 11s do tend to have those type of issues. Look at Columbine. Look at, Sandy Hook. I'm just doing pattern recognition here. Don't hate the messenger, man. I'm telling you what I've seen. And a lot of times when 11s don't have their shit together, that type of stuff is very possible. Now, am I saying you're that? Of course not. I'm just saying that's the most negative aspect of the 11. The most positive aspect of the 11 is a Tony Robbins. It's a politician like Barack Obama. Listen, Donald Trump has the aura of authority. Barack Obama had that mouthpiece.
Yep.
There's very few people, I will admit, have a better mouthpiece than me. Barack Obama is one of them. He's that end, for real. When it comes down to it, I studied Barack Obama.
Really?
I literally studied his hand motions. He has been trained. You see those same hand motions with Nick. They talk with their hands. When you talk with your hands, there's more energy coming, and the audience likes it more. I've seen this dude on a dime turn a serious conversation into a joke. He knew exactly when to run that one-liner.
Just gifted.
Exactly. And let me tell you something. He's an ox just like this individual. He's an 11 just like this individual. So there's two different sides. If you control your emotional energy, you'll be fine. Now, how does 11 control their emotional energy? Exercise. I'm not talking to me, obviously. I ain't an 11. But when it comes down to you, you have to burn that emotional energy off, because if you don't, you either get depressed, you get very angry. You have to be active in life. There is no other way for an 11, man. If an 11 is overweight, that's an issue. If a 6 is, it's like whatever, man. But, you know, if a 9, if an 8, whatever. If an 11 is, there's psychological damage there.
How dare you?
There's psychological damage there because, you know, listen, should I go there? Okay. A lot of times when people will be like, yo, that's a fat 11. And they'll be like, why? Oh, sometimes they were abused as a child.
Whoa.
Yeah. Chakras, that stuff matters. So, you know, there you go. There's some new information for the world that I'd never revealed before. It is what it is. What else did he want to know?
He wants to know, did I waste my money? Tell me more about this reading.
I already told him what he needs to know. Lastly, anything
Frank
else?
Ritchie.
Hold on. Yeah, you're gonna have to be a born leader, but just control your emotions, man. You can do that. You'll go far, man. Who's next?
Frank Ritchie, June 23rd.
Oh yeah, his lucky number is 17. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, Frank says June 23rd, 1986, life path 8. Just joined the Navy, and I'm a songwriter as well. I'm 38, brother. Looking for advice, Gary. Love the show.
Is that June?
June 23rd, 1986.
Okay. Well, I mean, listen, joining the military as a tiger is a very tiger thing to do. You know, tigers are the fighters. Tigers are the aggressive ones. Quite frankly, if you have an army of tigers, you're doing really well. Now, you're also born on the 23rd. What does that mean? Travel. So if he said the Navy?
Yeah.
Perfect for someone born on the 23rd. You get to travel the world. So I think that's a good job for you, bro. Quite frankly, you might be 40, but I doubt you look it. You probably still have a body of a 30-year-old because that's how tigers are. When I look at you, you're also about that bag. So you probably been rich, lost it, got it back, lost it. But, you know, the United States of America is your enemy sign because it's a monkey. But you still love your country. So a good way to serve your country is not to be in it. See how that works?
Yeah.
They're actual tigers, so they can be patriotic. They can fight for the country, but they don't actually have to do it in America. And that way, if you're stationed in Japan, stationed in other places in the world, you might be doing a lot better than you would in America itself. So I see nothing but you know, prospering for you. Now, you're also about to be an 11-year cycle. An 11-year cycle is when your outlook on life changes and when you are challenged emotionally. And that brings us to Donald Trump. Donald Trump is 6'14", the same day as the U.S. military. That's why he's such a military guy. But that 11-year cycle is about to come for Donald Trump. And we see what's going on in the country right now.
We do.
My friend Donald, I'm here for you if you need me, brother. And I'm just trying to tell you, you're going to be challenged in ways you've never been challenged before. And again, I'm talking to a guy who they tried to assassinate. I'm talking to a guy they tried to fucking, put in prison under false pretenses. I'm talking to that guy. But after your birthday hits this year, you're going to be challenged. And that goes for our friend over here, June 23rd. It's pretty much going to be a good year, but you will get emotionally challenged. Who's next?
All right.
Lucky number is 66 and 23. Go.
Ronald Mendez Cruz. Hi, Gary. I would appreciate it if you could give me a career advice based on my reading. How should I make the best of this year? Born 5/24, 2001. Thanks.
5/24. So we have another guy in an 11-year cycle. Listen, brother. I was in an 11-year cycle in 2001, and that was the year I discovered numerology. And that was a snake year. You're in an 11-year cycle in a snake year as well. The best way for you to get ahead is whatever your passion is, pour yourself into it. Pour yourself into it. This is why I always tell people, don't worry about money. Just be the best of what the fuck you do and the money will come. Do not worry about money. Worry about your craft. And if you're that good, somehow, some way, you're going to rise to the top. With you, should be real estate. You're born on the 24, 2 and 4 and 6. You need to make your money in real estate. That is my advice to you, my friend. Make your money in real estate. You're also a 5 life path. Don't let these broads mess you up.
Let's go.
We know how these snakes are when it comes to women. We know how these 5s are when it comes to women. If you have a downfall in life, it's going to be because of the woman. Make sure you choose your woman wisely, which means use numerology and astrology. And we have a course coming out on that real soon.
Actually, it's funny because a lot of girls I've been dating recently, I've been calling Gary saying, like, Gary, listen, bro, here's her birthday. Give me a fucking reading, please, if you don't mind. And he's so gracious to give me a reading on the spot. And it's so funny because he can't see the girls, but I can. I know them. And I'm like, damn, thick thighs, this and that, Sagittarius. How the fuck is this so accurate? And he's always right. I'm like, he's like, okay, this one, stay away from. This one is cool. And funny enough, the one time I said, you know what? Gary just talking that smudge and whatever. I could do what I feel like. Bro, you were 100% right. And she was gold digging from the very beginning. So listen, man, again, I like to have fun with girls, just do my thing and then dip. But he's been right about every single girl thus far.
I'm gonna throw some birthdays at him now, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
Go ahead and throw.
Bro,
some
it's
at
a
him.
paid service, bro.
I taught you this stuff.
Yeah.
You know this stuff,
Yeah,
man. I
But
mean,
it's not as good as you. I mean, come on, you're the numbers guy. Like,
but you went through my videos, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you got the knowledge. And again, if you want to join GG33 universities out there, GG33 academies out there, go on WAP and join. And GG33 Academy is more of an entry level. But if you want to know the good stuff, you got to go to GG33 Silver and Bronze. And GG33 Gold is pretty much out of someone's price range. It costs more than what's on my wrist. So, I'm not even going to go there with you guys, man. It is what it is. If you want a super chat, it's 98 above. Can we go to the Q commercial? All right, let's do that. And again, thank you for Q for sponsoring Q Studios here in Brickell.
Let's go.
Welcome back to Q Studios. And again, thank you to our sponsor, Q. If you want the best numerology and astrology app out there, go get the Q app. Do we have any more readings?
That is it for now.
Okay.
Last one was Ronaldo.
And if you want a reading before we end the show, and that's going to happen relatively quickly, we don't really go over 2 hours. We're not machines like Myron over there. 98 or above.
W Myron, though. All right. But yeah, this clip, man, again, the lesson here is that, like, you got to understand, talking shit about somebody online is one thing. Seeing it in person is a whole different story. So be careful out there. All right. What's the next one? Go down.
All right, singer and Baddies member Hannah Mack is accusing ICE and Homeland Security of being racist because they are only arresting Hispanics. She also claimed ICE is choosing not to arrest Polish, Russian, and Italian migrants because there are hella white undocumented Americans in this bitch. Alana Mack says, why ICE only snatching up Hispanics but not white immigrants?
Because in California, there's not white immigrants. In California, there's not black immigrants. In California, there are Mexican and Latino immigrants. You dumb broad.
She's dumb.
First of all, who watches Baddies, bro? That shit's, dude. That shit's.
What is that?
I hope no
It's
men.
a reality TV show where girls like twerk, fight, and brawl.
It's one of the worst things.
Bruh.
These women have no talent, man.
Bruh.
It's one of the worst things for the culture.
You know, this is why I always told people back in the radio days, there were no women jocks. There were no women personalities on radio because if they have to count on their talent alone, it won't work. They can't sell their sex and their looks on the radio. Yeah. Only now when you can, well, only now when you can do that, now you get paid.
Yeah.
Freaking tricks.
I didn't think about that. You can't see women on radio.
Yep.
There we go.
You know what I really don't fuck with? How ICE is coming for all the Latinos, but what about the Polish people that aren't supposed to be here? The Russians. It's hella white, undocumented Americans in this bitch. It's hella white people that shouldn't be here. Hella white people that shouldn't be here. Not a single Russian, not a single Polak. I can go there. We can go there. This is so fucking weird. Why the fuck ICE not arresting the Polish people, the Italians that came on the fucking boat too? Bitch, they just as much as immigrants, bitch. You know what I
So she
really
wants
don't.
niggas-
They're
Italians
legal.
that came on a boat.
They're legal.
So
They're
wait a
legal.
minute.
So let me guess. Is she Hispanic? Of course.
It sounds like Cardi B. Yeah, it sounds like she
Yeah.
got some Latin.
Yeah.
in her. But the Italians, is she referencing all the way back to the age of slavery?
Listen, this is a dumb broad. Here's the thing, man. Mexico is right next to America, and they come through the border. We're not bordered with Poland or Russia. And by the way, I do agree with her. If they're undocumented, get them the fuck out of here. She has a point, but she's actually stupid because like they're coming from Mexico. We're not bordered next to Poland or Russia. So again, you got to think a little bit, you dumb broad.
Well, you literally used to be one land. They used to call us all Turtle Island when I think we had Mexico and America.
There you go. Again, this is Stone's IQ level that's pretty low, but she's fighting the good fight that she can. So I'll give her that.
She's good at lying on her back. So good for him.
Apple Store was looted last night in downtown Los Angeles.
Shocking.
But it doesn't seem like it's. How many blacks are there on this? Okay, not many blacks are there.
I don't see many blacks. This ain't Black Lives Matter.
Okay. All right, we see where. Let's see the inside. The
Well,
inside.
no,
Oh, those are
I see
Latinos.
niggas. Nah, I see some niggas in there, bro.
Yeah, but those are mostly Latinos. Those are mostly Latinos.
They are, but there's some niggas in there, bro.
You got a few, but it's good to see us as the minority in this place.
That's a new one, right? But you know what's not different? It's always the dark skinned people looting, man.
Yeah.
Every single time. You got some darker ones in Minnesota. Now you got some a little bit less shade over here. But white people don't do this shit, bro. White people don't do this shit.
They do school shootings, though. They do school shootings, though.
Touche.
Listen. I'd rather have them steal than kill people. Just keeping it real.
Yeah, go to Chicago. See how that works out.
But hold on, they're killing themselves. I mean, that helps us, right? Wait, what? Who said that? Anyhow, move
I
forward.
didn't say that.
I'm just saying this is better because it's just stealing. But yeah, I mean, listen, Apple Store's being stolen from, bro. Who gives a fuck, man? It's Apple, bro. They got money, right?
No, I do give a fuck, man. I do give a fuck. This is I go pay for my Apple, and these motherfuckers go and steal the shit. No. We have a country. We have rules. If you break the rules, you need to be punished. Personally, if I was running this country, if you loot, we shoot. That's what I would do. If you loot, we shoot. Now, I'm not talking about killing people.
Yeah.
Shoot them in the kneecap. Make sure these motherfuckers walk around with a limp for 20, 30 years. And when people ask them what happened, oh, I was looted and the cop shot me. Maybe next time it won't happen.
Yeah. Oh, that's California for you, bro. All over again.
Yeah, people, you know, commie for now.
It low-key, everyone was expecting the Apple Store to get looted, though. It happens in every riot.
So I don't understand the positive here. Are you stole an Apple product? They're probably gonna shut it off at some
Yep.
point, or
Yeah, of course.
have your location. So like,
What are they doing?
what is the actual? Okay, if they sell it though, I get it. But if they keep it, then that's kind of dumb.
I found out some of these niggas a little bit smarter. They break it down for parts because you know these phones have gold in them and shit like that. They can
Not
break something
much.
down.
Not
But
much.
Yeah,
Not much.
it's
bro.
not much, but some can break it down and sell it for parts. But not many people even know where.
But is it worth going to jail for?
No,
Some copper, some gold, some silver, maybe. I mean, I don't know if it's worth it, bro. But,
And there's more silver in the phone than gold, and listen, it's not worth it. Let's go to another clip. Enough of these people looting, saying "legal rasa," whatever the fuck they're saying.
all right, what's the next one?
We'll go to the super chats in a little bit. If you want a super chat, 98 or above.
Trauma alert. Police cruiser set ablaze by the peaceful protesters in California. By the way, peaceful is in quotations, but just so you understand this. Here we go.
that shit like Arkham, man. That's crazy. Look like Batman.
This is
out
like
there.
a third world country, bro. Bro, this is insane. The people that you call when you have issues are trying to help keep the peace in society. Come do their job, and the people too. And you go burn their car, bro? Like, dude, really? Like, I don't. The problem is, bro, right? Is that you got a problem, you call the police. Understandable. They do their job, help you out, they go home. But when there's an issue and they're helping people stay safe, you want to burn their car? I don't get it, bro. Like, common sense here?
This looks like 2020 Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
This looks exactly the same.
They-
and go ahead.
Well, it makes sense for them to burn cars and even set stuff ablaze if they actually believe that they're in a land of oppressors. They feel like these people wearing uniforms are their enemies, like they're oppressing them, like they're forcing them to live our ways of life, which is quite frankly probably the best lifestyle in Europe. Out if you minus the gay shit, American culture, it's unmatched, bro.
Daniel in the chat said it best. They think it's GTA.
Yeah.
They think it's GTA.
Dude, being in Europe, bro, you can appreciate America so much more. They are willing to
Shithole.
cross the country on plane, boat, whatever possible to get to America and stay. Girls come here all the time, bro. To Miami, especially, New York, Vegas. You know what they say? I'm gonna go back home. I'm just gonna stay. And I get it. That's dude, where they live, bro, it's good food. Don't get me wrong, amazing food, healthier, good sightseeing. But to live there, bro,
Yeah.
terrible. You can't make money, bro. You're fucking taxed out of wazoo. Dude, it's like fucking torture, so to speak. And all they do is party and do drugs because doing drugs gives you alleviate the pain from living
wow.
there. So partying and doing drugs is kind of culture there. Living in America, of course, you have freedoms you could never have over there.
Dang.
And my thing is like, I understand why they're so mad because, not mad, but like depressed because they live in a society where they can't change anything.
They live in a communist
That's
shithole.
crazy.
Yeah, they can't change
They
anything.
take their money, man. They take
Yeah.
60, 70% of what they earn.
Yeah.
Who wants to give the fucking government a bunch of...
Yeah.
Okay, I checked myself right there. Who wants to give a bunch of fucking political whores their money?
Yeah.
In America, we don't do that, man.
So fun fact, in France, right? Let's say Dom is driving a Ferrari, and I just hate Dom's guts because I drive a Prius. He's a Ferrari. I can call the government and say, listen, Dom hasn't paid his taxes. I believe he's been doing things that are not by the book, and he bought a Ferrari. I think you should check it out. They'll investigate for a week or two,
Oh damn.
and then they'll find something to report on you with. They maybe miss something that you didn't see or a legal binding document, whatever they can do to get you. And once they get you, bro, the person that reported you gets money.
Man,
Oh my
fuck
God.
France.
No way,
That
bro.
France.
is
A
crazy.
snitch system that
Bro.
incentivizes people to lie.
So mind you, in
Wow.
a past couple weeks
Socialism.
ago, there was a PSG game, soccer game, right? They won. Bro, they started burning Porsches, burning cars. I'm like, what the fuck? Your team won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
they're
saw
gonna
that.
burn-
I saw that.
People's cars in Paris. I'm like, dude, what in the hell's going on there? But again, Paris is not where you want to live, bro.
God
France
damn.
itself, bro.
Yeah.
It's cooked. South of France may be different, but dude, their Paris, bro, that's
You,
terrible.
you know what? Maybe I changed my mind, man. After you told me that about that snitch system
That's
in France,
crazy.
Yep.
Maybe it's a good thing if the Muslims take over, man. Maybe it is, man. F you for fucking France. And by the way, man, any idiot out there buying French weapons, look at what just happened to the Indians.
Ooh.
They got their asses whooped, bro. The Chinese jets that were 3.5 generation took out French jets. They're a 4th generation.
Wow.
You fucking trash. As a matter of fact, man, I'm always surprised that France don't do better in the Olympics. They should literally take every single racing or sprint competition because of how fast they fucking ran when the Nazis came. Flat out, man. Flat out.
Bruh.
You know, before we go to the super chats and more of these, I just want to make a statement about burning cars on freeways. I consider that economic terrorism. America is a capitalist nation. And if you're stopping traffic, it's okay to protest on the sidewalk. But if you're actually stopping traffic, you're stopping commerce. You're stopping what is making America great, capitalism. And you should be charged with economic terrorism, and you should be given 8 years in prison. If you stop a fucking road or a highway and you start protesting, there could be a hospital. And someone could be, trying to get to the hospital because they just got shot.
Yeah.
You could be killing somebody.
Facts.
You are disrupting commerce. You are disrupting the system of transporting whoever needs to go, because that's how America works.
Yeah.
You should be charged with terrorism, and you should be fucking put in prison for 8 years. Do not fucking stop our streets, because I'm gonna be quite frankly, if I'm ever in that situation, I might run these motherfuckers over.
God damn.
I might run these people over.
Allegedly.
I'm not a comedian.
God
What
damn.
the
This
fuck?
dude is off the
We're comedians here.
If I'm put in that situation, where I have rioters coming around my car and I got my family members in there,
It's so
and
full.
it's me or them,
It's so full.
you better believe I'm fucking running people over.
Okay, so I think we just want to move forward at this point. Yeah, let's move forward at this point. What's the next one, Dom?
Self-defense, what the hell?
I agree with you. What the helly? Okay, we got Ramon. Hey, bro, I was born June 17th, 1978. Any advice for me? This is from Ramon.
Okay, well, your lucky number is 68 and 17. My advice for you: you're born in a horse year. Next year is a horse year. Go hard. You could have saved that one. Go hard in a horse year, man. And what that means is, listen, let's look at me, man. I never did a YouTube live before this year.
Incredible.
I never did a YouTube live before this year. Quite frankly, I don't think you people understand how much I toned it down. And I know people are always saying, yo, this guy's a loud mouth. He's talking a lot of shit. I have toned this down considerably just to be friendly on YouTube.
Yeah, he has.
So I'm actually putting in a lot of work this year on YouTube. And guess what? My numbers show it. So what I'm trying to tell you is I'm going hard this year. You need to go hard next year. The difference between people who are good and great in life is not because the people who are great were smarter or they were richer. It was timing. If you know when to do something, that is more than half the battle, man.
Ooh.
So you have to understand, you need to go hard next year. Now, you're born on the 17th. You're definitely about that bag. I respect it, okay? Nothing wrong with that. But you're also a 3 life path. It means you look young. But people who are 3s, what is the issue with them? What is the issue with people who are 3s? They get bored very quickly. So my advice to you is start not one thing, but 2 things, because that way you won't get bored. 3s go like this. They start something, they get bored, they lose passion, they get lazy. But if they usually juggle things like 2 or 3,
It's better.
that works for them. Now, that is advice only for 3s. That doesn't work for the rest of the panel over here. Only works for 3s. And lastly, don't be so fucking stubborn, bro. It is what it is.
Chaz, 9th of January, 1991. I live in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Oi, mate.
Okay, so you live in Australia, huh?
Oi, they.
A fascist police state. That's where you live, man. It is what it is. Listen, they were forcibly vaccinating people in Australia. They were taking people outside their homes and vaccinating them in Australia.
Terrible.
I mean, you know why they couldn't stop it, Dom? They had no guns. And you know why they have no guns? because there was an incident in the 90s called the Port Arthur incident when they got some false flag operation and start killing people with a shotgun or something like that, and then they took all the guns away.
Shooting, bro.
And after they took all the guns away, now the people can't defend themselves against tyranny.
Also, they created that event, by the way.
Of course they did. They always do. Going to this person, and we have another 3 life path, and we have someone who, again, is born in the year of the horse, back-to-back horses. I'm going to say the same thing to you that I said to the last person. Go hard next year. And guess what? You're also a 3. You know what the chances of that being? That's like a 1 in 44 chance. So we have like one person who's a 3 horse, and we have another person who's a 3 horse.
Back-to-back.
So again, what is a 3's main objective in life? Networking. Network. You have to be the guy who knows everybody. You have to be the guy who connects people. And through your acquaintances, that's how you make bread. 3s are also the best salespeople. Because they got that mouthpiece.
That makes sense, yeah.
They got so even some 3 who's stuck in some hillbilly town in Nebraska, probably working in some furniture shop, man. He got that mouthpiece to sell. And preachers are great at 3s. You know who else are good at 3s? Influencers, comedians. So when it comes down to it, those are some of the things you can do in life. Your lucky number is 11. What does that mean? Whenever it's the 11th, you might want to go hard, but it can be emotional. When it comes down to you being born on the 9th, extremely adaptive. Get that Bitcoin money while it's still there. But don't do it for long, because that horse year is coming, and 2026 is going to hurt Bitcoin hard, man.
Gary, you know something? I'm looking at her thing. It says she want to work with top producers and collab with artists. That's networking itself.
Yeah,
Let's say it's automatically there.
100%.
Well, we got Anna Shilov. Oh, that one right?
Yeah. Thought that.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
did
one we
that.
did?
No.
Oh, that ain't the one we did?
No, we did Chaz. Anna's
what?
the new one.
Oh.
So we're not on that one yet, Dom. December 3rd, 1987. Hi, guys. Gary, any life and career advice? I do music, singer, producer. I want my music to blow up and make money and work with top producers and collab with artists. What should I do?
Again, we have someone born on the 3rd, so it's not a 3 life path, but someone's born on the 3rd. So again, collaboration, networking, this is all normal stuff, and this is how you get ahead. And you know, the thing about networking is it takes time, man.
Yeah.
It takes time. You got to be committed to that stuff. Tell them, bro.
So with networking, guys, right? It's a very vague term people use and throw it around like, oh, you're networking this, networking that. But actually, it's an art and a skill. Now, keep in mind, for career growth and progression, you need a game plan. So you got to figure out who's your target audience to achieve these goals. What producers, what artists you want to collab with. Then work it backwards. Where do they hang out? Who's their manager? Who's their friends? Where do they go? All these things you got to think about and plan it out. You know what I did for the podcast, bro? I said, all right, what industry could we get into that will expand the red pill? And that was the culture. That was rap. That was close to me at home. So I said, you know what? Who could I talk to? Biggest in the industry that makes content. DJ Academics. So I worked it out like methodically, A to Z, worked it backwards. Where are they going to be? Where are they going to be at? Who's he with? And by processes and proxy and having connections, you can get things done pretty easily. So for you, in the industry itself, if you want to progress, as a girl though, keep in mind it's going to be hard because they're going to want to smash you. But if you're a professional and you say, no, I'm not like that, I'm here for work, they will respect you if you don't put out. But if you put out, just know they're going to smash you and dash and then leave. So again, this is the thing about networking. You can achieve it for sure. You can do it, but work backwards once you get the target audience that you want, and then figure out where they're going to be at, how you can actually be a part of the culture. Because remember, if you want to get into the industry, you got to act like and be like an artist and a producer.
1987 is the year of the cat. So what you have to understand is you need to be around cat energy. So if you come down to Miami, you better be in Miami Beach, which was founded in 1915, the year of the cat. So here's what I'm trying to tell you. You want to be a networker. It's not just about talking to the right people. You got to live in the right place. Ask this guy. I mean, you have 1.5 million on Twitter. You've had it for a while. You know,
lived in Nashville.
Did people come out to Nashville to see you?
No, man, not at all. I've done more here in 2-3 months than I did a whole year and a half, like in Nashville as a creator.
But Gary, you called it.
Location matters.
You got to go where they're at.
Exactly.
You have to.
There you go.
I literally
have
found
to.
it out today. I was negotiating something on the phone. Dude said, "Man, I'll be in Palm Beach in 2 weeks." Then and also
You live
it's-
here?
Yeah, it's just so easy.
It
bro,
never
compared-
happens
Yeah.
in Memphis or whatever shithole you live
Detroit.
in. It doesn't happen in Detroit or Cleveland. Listen, I was the top numerologist in the world for a while, and no one came to fucking Cleveland to see
Ohio.
me. No one came to Cleveland to see me. That was the mistake by the lake. No one came to see me, bro. I had to come down here, Miami. He had to come down here. And let me tell you something. If you want to be an influencer, it basically comes down to 3-4 cities.
Yep.
Number 1, Miami.
Yep.
Number 2, Las Vegas. Number 3, that degenerate
Hellhole.
shithole called Los Angeles.
Yep.
And number 4, New York.
New York.
That's it.
That's it.
Chicago is a big city, but I don't know too many influencers who are there.
No.
You know, San Diego, probably OnlyFans if you like, but San Francisco, a bunch of left field shit.
Those four. Are
You know, that's
definitely-
it.
Definitely,
It's
that's it.
those
It's the
4
Mecca.
cities.
Yep.
And LA's out the picture.
Yeah.
You know, at this point,
Just cooked,
New
bro.
York is fucking cold. You know, so it
Yeah.
comes down to Vegas and Miami. And brother, where do we go all the time?
Vegas and Miami.
It is what it is,
Yep.
man. And Vegas was my second home from Cleveland, Ohio for about 10 years. And then now this is my home. It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
If you want this bad enough, you have to fucking work for it.
Amen.
And I fucking put in the work. These guys put in the work, but we had to be in the right location. It's not just timing, it's location too.
100%.
Let's go back to him and then finish him up.
Well, her,
December.
her.
Okay, sorry,
I know.
December 3rd. That number 3 works good for women because you know women need to age gracefully if they want to succeed in life, and that 3 energy works very well. Now, my advice for you: 2027 is going to be your year. I know that you don't want you want it to be this year, but 2027 is going to be good. I think you're going to have a good 2026. But remember this: if you work hard and you put in the work, you will be very rich. I see it in your birthday, but you got to work hard. Don't get trouble with the law either. All right, who's next?
We got up next. Danny Gee, 1024 says,
Dope.
October 24th, 94. What year cycle am I in now? My baby mama is 222.
Okay, hold on. Before we go to the baby mama, man, you asked me what year cycle you're in right now.
Yes.
You are in a 6-year cycle, and you're going to be in a 7-year cycle after your birthday. Now, in a 6-year cycle, understand why he's talking about his baby mama, because that's about family, home, responsibilities. You want to make money in a 6-year, probably real estate or a family business would be the best thing. 7-year cycles.
Ugh.
Yeah, 7-year cycles ain't the best for money. Make sure you don't get injured. Kind of want to, hold back a little bit. So even though you're going to be in a horse year next year, it's still going to be your 7-year cycle. But after your birthday hits in 2026, you have about 3-month window where you have your horse energy to back up your dog energy, and you have an 8-year cycle. So in that 3-month window, October 24 to about February 2027, you can thrive. That's when you want to open your LLCs. And think about it. I'm giving this guy life-changing advice for $100, 40% YouTube takes. So it is. Hey, I'm not complaining. YouTube capitalism. It is what it is. They need their cut, man. They promote this. They have the service. It is what it is. Should be like 30, 25. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, understand what I'm trying to teach here. Timing. I can look at someone's birthday and say when the right time is. This is a useful skill. This is why you learn numerology and astrology. This is why you get the Q app. Because it's like having a little pocket me on your phone, man. Could you imagine? I couldn't because I had no mentors growing up.
You know what half the battle is, I've realized, with success and making it work for yourself, is having information that people don't see right away. So opportunity is always there, but if you don't see it, you miss it. And knowing where to go, who to be around, how to act with your actual energy is important. So that's good shit, bro.
All right, let's go to his baby mama. No, we
All
didn't
right,
finish
she
that one.
is going to be 222-96. We have a kid, 10/28/2002. Any advice for me?
2/22/1996.
Baby
huh?
mama.
Yeah. A woman born on the 22nd, they got good bodies, bro, but that's a lot to deal with there, man. That's a lot to deal with, man. I mean, yeah, that's tough, bro. That's tough. What advice would I give you? Be more careful next time, bro, on some serious shit. But looking at her, you got to put an idea in her head and make her think she thought of it. That's the best way to deal with her, man. you know, you're not. It's not going to be direct confrontation with this one. You basically got to put an idea in her head and make her think she thought of it. That is the best way to deal with this type of woman. Go ahead with the kid.
The kid is 10/28/2002.
Bill Gates' birthday, different year, obviously. Born on the 28th. So one thing is clear: ever since you had that kid, more money's came into your life. You know, Vladimir Putin's about 10 times richer than Elon Musk.
With gold, right? Because of gold?
Bro, he owns a fucking country, man.
True.
He owns a country. You can't compare Elon Musk to a country. And he had his daughter on the 28th. When you have kids born on the 28th, money comes a lot better. Yeah, listen to my advice about 2026. Get that very end. And, you know, one good thing about your kid, it's a tiger, you're a dog. So while the relationship with the wifey might not, you know, be on and off, you said it's your baby mama, you're going to have a strong relationship with the kid. And that's so important. So congratulations, you got that right.
All right.
Lucky number is 14. Next.
Solo Vino. 1987. Best date to start my business. Love from Texas.
Okay, so we got a tiger here who is a life path. Of course, you want to know about money. All right, let's see. When would be the test time? When you guys ask me questions like this, I need a time frame. Like, what are you talking about? This year, next year? Because quite frankly, I think next year would be best. Yeah, definitely next year would be best, man. I would go with that because you're going to be in your 11-year cycle next year, and you're going to be in your friendly energy. I think you should do it next year. Let me give you a good date. Start talking. I need some math in my head.
So real quick, business that you want to own, I guess for him, what business should he start? And then from Texas, he's there. Is his actual birthday matching with Texas as well? Like what?
No. I hate to tell people to go to California, but that'd probably be best for him. You know, energy wise, I hate doing that, man. F Gavin Newsom and stuff like that. Dog. You know, but you know, if you got money, there's a place called Bull Harbor near Miami. Ooh, that's a really nice place to live, man. So if you got it like that, you know, you don't need 100, maybe you do. So that would be a good place for you to live. But you know, Texas is not your enemy, so you know that's not a big deal. The best time for you to start a company, I'd probably say
next year,
6/28/2026. 6/28/2026. That's the date I'd give you.
Okay.
And let me give you a backup date in case that's not possible. Let's go with, because you know I can talk quick, but I didn't do math in my head. I'm not a computer, so that's why I need think a little bit. Talk for about 15 seconds.
All right, but yeah, I think overall though, like Texas itself is a good state to be in. But for his business, I mean, we don't know what he wants to start, so that's the thing.
It's weird how Texas is going.
5/8/2026 would be okay for you as well. Okay. All right, and your lucky number is 17. So on the 17th of the month, go hard. Maybe that you know, honestly, that might not be a bad time to start a business either. Let me give you a good one for the 17th. Oh my God, I want this math in my head, man. 5/17 would be good for you as well. 2026. All right, what's next?
We got Bob Lyons. He just sent $100. That was it. Hold on. Let's see his comments.
Wait, hold on. I just want to say this.
Here we go.
I want you guys to understand how difficult it is to do all this stuff in my head and knowing exactly what to look for, and I get the calculations within 10 seconds.
Impressive,
bro. This is not easy. So, I don't like having dead air. This is why I have co-hosts, okay? Because I don't like having that dead air. Because when I was doing this by myself, I would have dead air. And I hate having fucking dead air. But this is difficult. Go ahead.
No, it definitely is. So he put his birthday in the comments. He says, birthday is 2/18/1953. And his son's is actually 3/7/2004.
Okay, let's go with him. He's an 11, 2/18/1953. That's an 11. And he's also born in the year of the snake. Yeah, for you, I mean, you've already had your heyday, bro. We already know that. You still should have a lot of charisma. This should be a good year for you because it's a snake. You probably had some issues with love, though. As an Aquarius, you want someone to love you and be your best friend at the same time, and you're an 11. Aquarius is the 11th sign. One thing I will say about Aquarius is they're making a bag now, man. Like the richest guy I know worth 10 billion is Aquarius. He is born on the 28th. And the richest black man I know, who's also an Aquarius, is worth about 300 million.
Oh,
and,
shit.
you know, he is also born on the 28th. So you could say it's the 28th. It's interesting how both those guys I know are born on the 28th and stuff like that. But going with you, my friend, I don't know exactly what advice to give you other than, you know, be the leader that you're supposed to be. I don't like when you're talking about people at that age. I'm not sure what your health situation is. I'm not sure if you're willing to go anywhere and stuff like that. But I will tell you this: take advantage of this energy, trade stocks, make money, because this is a good year for you, bro. It really is. Snakes thrive in snake years. I mean, quite frankly, I'm having a really good financial year, man. Shout out to Elon Musk and those Tesla shorts. And by the way, I'm going to short Tesla again. And that day, I haven't done it yet. I will. And when that day comes, I'm going to get another bag off this fucking bitch ass.
Let me know when, brother. I'm all in with this one.
100%.
And his son is going to be 3/7/2004. He's
Smart kid.
21 life path, 7 born in monkey year. Going to get ahead in life in day trading options.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Monkeys thrive in that. Here's the problem with monkeys. They lack confidence sometimes. They need someone to reinforce.
Damn.
Doesn't matter how smart they are. They lack confidence sometimes. And the biggest problem with monkey traders is pushing that button. That's the biggest thing with them. They need to have confidence to push that button, man, because sometimes they fold up under pressure. So that is the biggest issue with monkeys. You have a very, very smart guy. He's a 7. You have a man who's a monkey in the monkey country. What I recommend is join Run It Up, man.
Yeah, Run It Up is that guy. By the way, Run It Up actually manages our Castle Club guys for doing trades. And he's been, I kid you not, 99% pretty much hit rate. Right, Noble?
About 95, it's there.
He don't miss trades.
No.
I'm about to put some money with Rob as we speak, because we do it right now, but like it's a little bit. I'm about to put way more because imagine you had somebody that's dedicated to the craft for years giving you A1 advice, doing it alongside you, winning money with you. You can't lose.
Join Rob. Some of his best students are monkeys. He learned from me. I taught him. He applied my knowledge to the stock market, and quite frankly, he's extremely good at this. Nobel, how do we get to Run It Up? 28 Club with Run It Up on WAP. Join him. He will help guide you. He'll give you the tools, and then you'll do it yourself. I'm telling you, you can be an extremely good trader, but you have to have that confidence in yourself.
There you go. Thank you, Bob. All right. I think that's it for now. Oh, wait, no. There's more. And there's more.
Listen, go to a Q commercial for a minute, man.
Actually, we'll do the news real quick.
Yeah, go to the news.
All right. Yeah. Gary needs a break. All right. We got next Gavin Newsom. Oh, we didn't
Go to the ones I sent you.
Yeah. Those are actually pretty good. From earlier. The Instagrams. Here we go.
I wish someone would talk to me like this.
So, wife got angry after husband told her to clean up the house. Ooh.
What a tyrant.
Let's play it.
Who the fuck do you think that you're yelling at though? You're not talking to me.
I am talking to you. You clean this fucking mess up.
Okay, let's get this shit straight real
I don't
quick.
clean shit around this bitch. I pay the bills around this bitch. You clean up. Fuck the fucking mouth.
You out your rabbit ass motherfucking mind if you think you finna tell me what the fuck to do. No, you not finna tell me what the fuck to do. You finna get your ass up and clean this shit. I don't give a fuck what type of bills your ass pay up for this motherfucker.
Man,
I ain't gotta be your mama.
Never.
Don't put your hands on me. I ain't gotta be your mama, but I'm gonna tell your ass what the fuck you finna do though.
I heard enough of
Yes,
this
the
game.
fuck I am.
Yeah.
And what you
I heard enough. Listen,
gonna do about it?
if I ever have a woman talk to me like that besides my mother, flat the fuck out, man. I will not put up with this type of disrespect. This is disrespectful. And let me tell you something. This is why I always tell people, if I was with a black or Latino woman, I would catch a case.
Listen, this right here is an example of someone that's ungrateful, and the message is not how she wants to receive it. So he's obviously shouting a little bit or a little more irate, and she doesn't like the tone of his voice. I guarantee if he's like, honey, I just came home. Do you mind cleaning this up for me real quick and we can go somewhere after this, have some fun? She would have been like, all right, I'll get to it or I'll do it. But him saying it in this tone, oh, she don't like it at all. She's like, instantly, she's turned into that negative energy. But again, this is typical because women are ungrateful, bro. And imagine this being your wife, bro. You married this woman that is not grateful for you, paying the bills, going over every single day, and cleaning the house. All she got to do, bro, cooked, man, cooked.
It seemed like something led up to him being mad anyway. It don't seem like he just.
Bro, he's paying all the bills.
Yeah.
He came to the house. It's dirty. He's telling her to fucking clean it up, and she's giving him lip.
Sure
this is feminism.
Yep.
This is feminism. And this is why they decriminalized fucking hitting women in Russia. Right there.
Yeah. Listen, guys, this is actually the future of most of you here if you marry the wrong woman. And the sad part is, bro, once she divorces your ass, she's taking half your money or more. So, guys, you got to choose wisely. Or don't choose at all. But this is the future.
Yeah, that's a huge O.
Yeah.
Next one.
I need the child support money to get my hair done. Here we go. Where are you finding this? Everywhere. Let's play it.
It's a good idea to put her child father on child support when we don't need the money. You already see what that do to me. Why you want to put him through that?
Because I need his money.
Vindictive
Need the money
bitch.
for what, kids? What you need the money
stuff
for?
that I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to, like, go on a vacation and stuff like that. Like, it's stuff that I need. So, like, he needs to pay me something. Give me something.
Stop it right there. She wants him to give him some. Again, she has a man, a husband, who's taking care of her and her kids. She doesn't need money from her ex, her baby daddy, but she still wants it to go on vacation. And she's going to use that kid to drain resources out the fucking man. This is, again, feminism. Unless something is done to keep these women in check, this republic, this country is cooked within 20, 30 years. I promise you.
Yeah.
And it's going to be because of these fucking bitches, because they got the right to vote.
You know what's sad about this too as well? She already has her needs taken care of, but she wants more. It is never enough. You can give her the world, the stars, the moon, and some. She wants a galaxy, nigga. Listen, fellas, if you're in this situation right now, well,
run.
Hopefully not this one. Hopefully you're not here. But if you are here, bro, you're next because she's doing this to her ex baby daddy or her ex husband or boyfriend, whatever. You're next. She's telling you right now, listen, nigga, you're taking care of me, but I want more.
Keep playing. You're about to see what she says.
Yeah.
Keep playing.
Play. And you know the worst part?
Support is not for you, right?
Technically, it is. It is.
Please explain to me how child support is for you.
I need the money to make sure I'm good and make sure my baby good.
Okay, but we don't need the money. Your baby's good. I take care of you and your kids.
Okay? But I still want his money. At the end of the day.
For what though? What you need it for?
Well, why are you so upset about it though? He ain't hurting. I don't
That's a
think.
real nigga, man.
It ain't about him hurting. It's the principle. You see what it's doing to me? I'm on child support for my other kids. Yet I still take care of you and yours.
Okay.
So what you need his money for? You trying to do that shit to another man?
Fuck.
What's going on with me?
You a better man.
That's crazy.
It don't matter, kid. What you mean? I'm a better man. You about to put this through the same stuff you put me.
No, keep it going.
He deserve it, and I need to make sure that my
What's
hair
the-
and
what's the-
everything stay done. Simple.
Watch how
So
she
now
threatens
what, you
him.
gonna keep defending him?
It ain't that I'm defending
Keep
you.
on. You gonna be next.
Oh, that's how you
See this?
Yo, I called it.
You see this? Yes,
Bro,
you did.
Bro, I didn't have to watch it because I understand what's happening here. Every guy a girl dates, right, he's good in the moment. He's amazing. He's the best person. The moment you don't do what she wants or you kind of piss her off in a certain way, oh, he's a lame. I don't like him anymore. He's bad. He did this and that to me. Look, she just said it right there. You're next. Because the problem is, bro, is that you got to maintain her happiness, which is impossible. Yeah. So what happens is at some interval or some point, she can get mad at you and say, fuck this nigga, I'm going to move on. And then you become the bad person in her life. So automatically, oh yeah, I broke up with my ex. He was bad to me, cheated on me, whatever. But she didn't tell you what she did to that guy. I fucked him up. So this is the reality of most people dating nowadays, bro. The woman you date, bro, is never satisfied. Understandable. So you better have mad bread where it doesn't matter. You can actually pay for shit. Or understand that if you marry this woman, bro, or take her seriously, bro, no matter what you do, you can't. I should satisfy her. So again, choose wisely or don't choose at all.
And maybe learn to pull out, guys. Maybe learn to pull out so you don't have to deal with a gold digger like that, because then she got you by the balls, because the legal system defends this type of extortion.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what the fuck it is. It's extortion at the highest level.
At its finest.
She don't care. She just threatened him. She just threatened him with extortion.
And this is why the black woman is the lowest on the totem pole.
100%, man.
Keeping it real, bro.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Don't get mad at us for telling you the truth.
It is what it is. What's the next one? And then we'll go out to chats and then close out here. Here we go. We could do the last one, right?
No, the last one's good. Let's do 2 more.
Okay. There we go. How to be a wife.
Take notes, ladies, or whores.
These are the things you would have to be able to do.
She must know how to cook, know food. She must know how to set her table attractively. She must know how to make her home comfortable and inviting. She must know the worth of labor-saving devices and how best to conserve her time and energy. She must know clothes, how to buy, and how to make them. She must face death to bring children into the world. She must raise them, care for them, and pilot them safely to the threshold of manhood and womanhood. To her husband, she must be a companion, a sweetheart, a wife, and a mother. She must stir his ambition, pull him through failure, and keep success from hurting him. She must make social contact. She must widen her own horizon and find time for culture.
Okay,
we wife in the 1950s. These are the
okay, we get the point. Listen, bro, men have a lot more now than they did before.
Yeah,
and as a successful millionaire, like you might get a ran through broad.
Yeah,
back then you got a virgin who had a meal ready for you when you came home, and it was rubbing your back. Well, I still do. But you motherfuckers need some help out there, man. This is real.
Damn, that video made me sad.
Yeah, because look at her face during the whole video.
Yeah.
She's like squinting and like, really like laughing. Bro, we never going back, bro. Women have said.
We going back.
What?
We going back.
How? How?
We going back. I'll tell you how. Because when AI takes over and takes away everyone's job, these women lose their money and they're going to go back to their natural position as number twos.
I think so, but here's the problem, right? They're only doing it because of survival.
Yeah, of course.
But the moment they get the upper hand, it's back to square one.
That's the whole point. You can't give women their own money. And again, there's some women listening saying, Gary, I'm a good mother. I'm taking care of. I have a career. You're the minority, man.
Yeah, you are.
You're the minority. Listen, if there's a room of 1,000 women, maybe 5 will be able to whoop my ass. Okay? Same difference, man. Maybe, like, we're talking percentages. And as a percentage, when a man has money, he thinks, how can I take care of my family? When a woman has money, she's thinking, how can I take care of myself?
Yep.
There's a difference. There's a difference, and people have to acknowledge it. And until we fix this society, and honestly, it's not going to be fixed until there's like a financial collapse.
You know the sad part? Look at the comments. Mandaya says, I prefer that over a 9 to 5 while my kids learning bad habits in daycare. This is great. Okay? What's wrong with that? LOL. Let's come on a little bit more, if you don't mind.
These comments are cooked.
Come down. So it's funny. People are defending it and some aren't. But my thing is like this whole video itself, bro. Women nowadays don't want to do this shit, bro. They don't. They want careers. They want to travel, have fun, be hoes. So
They don't want to close their legs either.
bro,
Let's go back to the super chats.
All right.
Oh, there's one more video I sent. Can we go and try to find it? It was really good.
Is it the black woman one?
No. It was like a graph.
All right. Well, cool.
All right, let's do this.
We got unknown. WSG. DG needs some exact guidance. My birthday is 03/13/2003. I was super disciplined, 22 and 23, after high school, but 24 hit me hard. I also do music and it's starting to take off big. Probably the only positive thing happening right now. I want to quit my 9-to-5 job so bad this year. What should I do?
Oh, you got to outwork people, man. You're born in a 13. 1 in 3 is 4. 4 is the number of work. So you got to put it in work, man. Tell them, Dom.
Yeah, you got to outwork everyone.
You got to outwork everyone. Was it handed to you, Dom?
No, it doesn't matter which industry it is. You got to be the hardest worker there. It
Exactly. So no matter what you do in life, you got to be the hardest worker, man. It is what it is. You're a Pisces, man. You got to go by your intuition too. You know, as a Capricorn like me, I'm always going to go by logic because that's what works for me. As someone who's a water sign, especially a Pisces and a Cancer, you got to go by your intuition. Not everyone, you know, everyone's destination is going to be the same place, but we don't take the same path there. So, you know, some people can look in people's eyes and see if they're lying. Some people do it by body language. But if you do it correctly, you eventually get to the same result. Like with numerology and astrology. If you do it correctly, they're going to come to the same result. So you have to have a mouthpiece. You're a goat, man. So when it comes down to it, you know, smile. That's what pretty much what goats have to do. Smile, make people laugh. Goats have a natural ability to get around people who have money. You're a 3, network your ass off. What was the rest of his shit?
Basically, I want to quit my 9-to-5 job so bad this year.
No, you're in a 7-year cycle. Don't quit shit. You know, after your 8-year hits, which is next year, that's when you can start fucking putting in work and maybe take a chance. But in the 7-year, do not quit. That's a good time to take fucking L's, man. Do not do that. I would say maybe don't go out hard and chase money this year, but don't quit your job now.
Got it. Arjun. Hey, guys, love this show. My birthday is September 1st, 2002. Fucking amazing show. Male 22, born and raised in London, UK. Sorry to hear that, bro.
That's the L.
Sorry to hear that. Recently started working as an accounts payable clerk, and I also run a business on the side helping local businesses with their marketing. Okay.
Yes, Virgos are perfect for accounting, man. They're such nitpicky motherfuckers, man. They're perfect for that shit, man. They'll go through the numbers 2-3 times to make sure because they're perfectionist. You're born on the 1st, so obviously you're someone who's locked in, but you're also a 5 life path horse. What does that mean? Watch those women. I cannot stress this enough. 5s need to watch the women. More 5 men go down because of women, because of their issues with women, because their inability to, you know, pull out than any other number. It is what it is, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Next year is the year of the horse. You're a horse. Go out there and go work hard. Timing is everything. Lastly, don't drink.
Ooh.
Don't drink alcohol, man. You know, besides women, that's your second biggest downfall. Do not drink alcohol. Alcohol will destroy you. I've seen so many people born September 1 destroyed by alcohol. And, you know, people who are born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, 28th, they're susceptible to alcoholism. Alcohol starts with A is the first letter. It's right there. Don't be stubborn as fucking listen to me, too.
There you go.
Freaking horse.
Good advice. All right.
Good advice.
Is that the last one? Here we go.
Don't send me anymore. I don't feel like doing it anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot. Rumble rant.
It's a rumble.
Let's go.
Okay. No more on YouTube. Don't send me anything else, man. Could you imagine, Sneeko? I'm telling them not to send me anything. You can't even get them to give you $5, bum. You think Zerka could make this type of money?
Man.
And Zerka comes back to Miami, and instead of doing podcasts with people who are irrelevant, he decides to go to Jack Doherty's house, man. Nice one, Zerka. I guess you're running out of money. Dating IQ ain't working too much because you need that bag from that 20-year-old kid. Well done, bro. Hey, he has to make those Corvette payments.
Oh man.
You know, it is what it is. He's a big baller with the Corvette, bro.
Just a side note with Corvettes. The value is going to drop so hard on those cars.
Just like Zerka's career.
He's going to be at least 30 to 40K in debt to get out the car by the time he's done with it. So that was a bad investment right there. Keep chilling. Nick, okay. Got to check in with me when it comes to Louisiana. He said niggas got to check in with him. Shout out to you, bro.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. First of all, why would I ever go to that shithole?
Yeah.
Facts,
All right,
bro.
that's number one.
We're
But
not going
then
there, bro.
again, I might go down to Biloxi, which is right, and you have to go to Gulfport, which is in Louisiana. And if you think I'm checking in, maybe I'll check in with
casino.
You know what? I'm not even gonna go there. All right, go to that one last one I wanted to see.
Go to number 3.
Go to number 3.
So this one?
Yeah, do this one.
There we go.
Oh, this is good.
What is about us?
Racism,
Niggas.
in America.
We find that black juries have a 12% conviction rate against black defendants versus a 59% against whites. So that indicates that there is a 47% interracial bias when you have black jurors. White juries have a 33% conviction rate against white defendants versus a 26% against blacks, which actually demonstrates a negative 7% interracial bias, meaning whites are more likely to convict their co-racial group than they are to convict somebody across racial lines. Whereas black juries have a, again, 12% conviction rate against their own and a 59% conviction rate against white people. And so we break down this.
Let me explain what's going on here, man.
Makes sense.
They basically said when a black man is in a jury or a black woman, they will only convict their black fellow Americans 12% of the time. But if it's a white boy cracker, it's 60%. But if it's a white person who's on the jury, he's more likely to convict a white than a black. White people and black people are not the same. As a matter of fact, that right there shows that black people are more racist than white.
Case closed, man. That's stats. Can't argue that.
As we all know, men lie, women definitely lie, but numbers
don't
never lie.
That's true.
And I think that's it. We can wrap
All right.
this up.
Listen, this was a great show. Gary, you did a fucking amazing job with the actual readings. Dom, what's up with you, brother? I know you're doing Twitch now, right?
Yeah, Twitch, man. Twitch is the main thing. You guys can find me at the same @ I'll be doing like 3 times a week minimum starting off this Twitch. So looking forward to this journey. And I'll be exposing one of the top influencers in the world later this week.
Let's go.
So be expecting that. It's going to be huge. I promise you that. If it's not going to be big, I'll delete my entire career.
Be careful, though.
Stop.
It'll be big.
But also, guys, we're dropping on my channel 2 vlogs every week. We drop one today, actually. Shout out to Bills. And we're dropping, of course, this show on the actual channel. So check it out on Rumble and on YouTube, A Fresh Start. And we're doing one-on-one interviews as well next week, coming very soon. Again, Gary?
GG33, baby. You can find me anywhere. IG, YouTube. YouTube's blowing up. Much appreciate to everyone out there. Obviously, it's me doing the hard work with these guys and Bills and everyone in the background. Nobel helping out. But, you know, this mouthpiece is doing its thing. I appreciate you guys. And again, this has been a great show. GG33, CEO Network, and Dom Lucra.
Oh, yeah.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.
What's that?